Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Jordan and today I'm going to be doing some book shopping. I have a couple of books that I am needing to read for upcoming videos and things that I've been meaning to pick up, and so I'm going to go ahead and do that today. So I thought I would bring you along for that shopping, and then of course when I get home I will do a little haul of the books that I bought. So that's all this is. I don't have much more to explain, so sit back and watch some great bookstore footage, and then I will be back to show you some books. Okay, let's haul some books. So I ended up getting 5 books in this trip, and none of them were impulse buys, which is good because impulse buys when it comes to books can get very expensive very fast. So all of these books were books that I were hoping would be in stock and that I could pick up, or that I have a very specific use for, and that I do plan on reading in the very near future. So let's talk about them. The first book that I got is The Rose Code by Kate Quinn. I just recently read The Alice Network by Kate Quinn for a recent video where I read Reese Witherspoon book club picks, and I really liked that book. That was a historical fiction about World Wars I and II and 2 different women and kind of their stories. This is also a historical fiction about World War II, and it specifically is about 3 women code breakers. I am so excited to read this. It's quite long, like almost 600 pages, but I love movies and books that I've read so far about code breakers, and so I really think I'm gonna love this book, and I am reading it for an online book club that I'm part of. This is the September book club pick, so I have to read it anyway. And then another yellow book I also picked up, Take a Hint, Dani Brown. This is the second book in the Brown Sisters trilogy, which is a romance series about these 3 sisters. Like I said, this is the second. I have not read the first one yet, and I do not own the third one yet, but I do plan to read them all in a video, like a book series binge video where I read the whole series all at once. So I just been kind of collecting the books as I find them, just so I don't have to buy them all at once. But I think the covers are beautiful, and I'm really excited to read this series because everyone raves about them. So I really hope that I enjoy them just as much and that they are worth the hype. And then the next 3 books that I bought are a little different. You may not have heard of them, and that's because I have also never heard of them. I am reading them for a very specific video that is coming out very soon. I don't want to spoil the concept, so I'm not going to say what connects them all. Feel free to leave guesses down below if you have them, but you will see these 3 featured in a reading vlog. I will say that, again, I've never heard of them, but they are all like weird thriller-y kind of type books. And I really haven't looked too much into their synopses because I want to keep them a surprise for when I read them. But this is the first book. Not even really sure how to pronounce it. Subcutanean, maybe? 36619 by Erin A. Reed. This is a weird one. So this sounds like kind of a sci-fi thriller type thing about this boy, these kids or boys that are at a like boarding school and they go into a basement and it's never ending or something like that. And what's really interesting about this book, reading on the back here, it says this is a special subcutanean made for traditional retailers. The original book is a permutational novel that changes each time it's printed. This is seed 36619. So I don't even know what that means. That's super intriguing, but like apparently there are different versions of this book out there. I don't know. I think this is going to be weird and creepy and interesting and sci-fi, and it's really short, like 220 pages. So I don't know. It sounds right up my alley. Let me know if you've heard of this before, if you have any knowledge about what it is, but I'm just so excited for it. And then the next book, kind of an interesting cover, is called A Touch of Jen by Beth Morgan. This is, from my understanding, kind of a thriller horror type book. And it specifically has to do with like social media commentary and something to do with like stalking other people on social media, things like that. Again, I haven't heard of it before. I'm hoping it doesn't get too weird. When I was checking out, the bookseller was telling me like, this is a really weird book. And I was like, all right. I mean, if it's too abstract, I don't know if I'll love it, but I know a lot of people on BookTube do love really weird type horror books. So at the very least, maybe I'll be able to recommend it, even if it's not my exact cup of tea. But I'm gonna stay open-minded and give it a chance, and we will find out. Maybe I will end up loving it. And then last but not least is this book called Madam by Phoebe Wynn. This sounds like maybe a little bit more of a straightforward type thriller about a woman who goes to work at an all-girls private school and weird things start happening. This quote on the front here says, "Imagine if Donna Tartt and Margaret Atwood got together to write a creepy, suspenseful novel about a school for young women in the Scottish Highlands." I actually haven't read Donna Tartt, but I hear great things. And Margaret Atwood, obviously The Handmaid's Tale. I loved that book and the show, so I'm very intrigued about this one. So that is it for my book haul. I think I've got some goodies here. I'm really excited to dive into all of these books in the very near future. Let me know if you guys liked this type of format of video. I definitely have more video ideas going forward that I will need to buy books for, or that I want to buy books for. Let's be honest, I don't have to buy the books. And I'm looking to go in much more of a direction of only buying books that I do intend to read, you know, right away. And so that probably means fewer books purchased at a time, but more frequent book hauls and book shopping vlogs like this if you end up liking them. So let me know. Otherwise, that is all I have. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.